Very good morning, students. Welcome to IIT NEET Foundation, our Focus C program by Krishnaveni Talent Schools and the Mastermind Schools. So once again, I welcome all the class 6th students for today's session. So as you can see on the screen, and you are well aware, my subject is physics. We are in class 6th. Our ongoing 7th chapter, electricity. And today we are entering into the session number 2. So we started this class in the last class, that is on Tuesday. We started the new chapter, electricity, which is the penultimate chapter. After this, there is only one more chapter about magnet. So we'll continue where we left in the last class. But before that, just recall. We'll just glance what we learned in the last class, right? So if you remember, I already told you the history of electricity, prehistory you can call it as. When this word is electricity started, who gave the name, how we observed this and everything. That is by a scientist called Thales, 600 BC, before Christ, long back, around 2,700 years back. The word electricity is given name. So whenever the different objects like umber, fur, ebonite rod, glass rod, cat skin, when they are rubbed with each other, due to transfer of electrons from one to another, both the bodies are retaining the charges, right? So there are two types of charges are there, you have seen already. One is positive charge, other is negative charge. Okay, these two are the types of charges. Charge, how will you get charged? Either by giving electron or by accepting electron. That is possible in the case as you are rubbing. This is also called frictional electrification. The first electricity is introduced type is frictional electrification by a great ancient Greek scientist, Thales. Right. So when you are studying this particular thing, so finally what he concluded is flow of electrons. Flow of electrons in unit time is called electricity. Flow of electrons or flow of charges, either positive or negative. Flow of charges per unit time. In a particular time, how many electrons are flowing across a particular area is defined as electric current. Right? Clear? Then we discuss about the two important parts of electricity. That is, see, to want electricity, first one should require is source of electricity. Source. And second one is consumer. Of course, third most important is that is called switch. These three are the basic requirement of electricity. What is source? From where electricity is coming. So in last class we discussed about the cell. Cell is the source of electricity, or battery, you can call it as battery, or it may be a transformer, it may be a generator, bigger and bigger. The source is nothing but which can generate electricity. Then what is consumer? Which utilizes electricity, like bulb you have seen, electric bulb, TV, computers, mobile phone, AC, fridge, geyser, grinder, oven. What all this? They are using electricity. They are called consumers of electricity. Then third one is switch. We not yet discuss, we'll discuss. Why switch? To control the electricity. If there is no switch, neither you can stop, we cannot stop the electricity, so it will come. So by end of the month, we'll get the 1 lakhs of bill, electric bill. So switch is very important to control the electricity. When you cell, cell is a primary symbol. Symbol of cell is this positive long one. negative small one. This is the cell, which we discussed yesterday. When you see bulb, bulb also given symbol, or you can write down like this. This is a symbol for bulb, because bulb having one good conducting material like tungsten as a filament. This is called filament. Right. So these two we discuss about this main thing. One is about cell, other is about the bulb, which are the source, and one is source, other one is consumer of the electricity. Right. Source and consumers we discussed. Now when previously we already discussed. So see the how electricity produced from the thunder. Right. So that's what we discussed about bulb. This is a symbol of bulb. Then we discussed about the cell also, first electric cell, which is the source of electricity. Source of electricity and consumer of electricity we discussed. Now already we've seen very important one. Is very useful for the every kind of energy. So conductors and insulators. So when you have electricity with you, right? You have electricity. So we have so many materials in front of you. Some copper wire is there, aluminum wire is there, silver wire is there, plastic wire is there, and one glass is there, one diamond is there, one stone is there, one wood is there. Different objects. When you start passing current through them, what we'll observe is some materials will allow the current to pass through them. Some materials does not allow. All materials does not allow the electricity to pass through them. Remember, some only allow, some they won't allow. The materials which allows the electricity to pass through them are called conductors. The materials which does not allow the electricity to pass through them, like rubber, plastic, wood, they are called insulators. Very important classification. And third one is also there, I'll tell. Right, see here. When you come to the part here, a metal rod held in hand and rubbed with the wool will not show any sign of being charged. However, if a metal part, it shows a sign of charge. Suppose we connect one end of the negative charged plastic rod, we will find that the pitch ball requires negative charge. If a similar experiment is repeated with the nylon thread or rubber band, no transfer of charges takes place from the plastic rod to the pitch ball. Why does transfer charge not takes place? So when you are rubbing some different bodies, so different bodies, what you observe is some bodies there is a transfer of electricity, transfer of electrons, and they get the charged. But some bodies like plastic, even though you write a plastic with a pith ball is a cork, small cork ball. No transfer of electron. Why? Because of that. Why? The answer is classification. Some substances readily allow passage of electricity through them. Other do not. Those which allow electricity to pass through them easily are called conductors. They have electric charges, electrons, that we comparatively free to move inside the material. Metals, human body, animal bodies, earth are the conductors. Our body also allows the electricity to pass through them. That's a shock also, which is good for the health sometimes. Human bodies, animal bodies, earth. Earth is also a big conductor of electricity. All the metals are the good conductors, which completely allows the electricity to pass through them because they have huge number of free electrons. Right? The second category, most of the non-metals like glass, porcelain, plastic, nylon, wood offer high resistance to the passage of electricity through them. They are called insulator. High resistance means they does not allow. They keep stopping the current. Most of the substances fall into one of the two classes stated above. You consider so many objects. Either they may be conductors or maybe insulators. If they are not conductors, they come to the part of insulators. Right? So all the materials in as per their behavior in presence of in presence of electricity, they are classified into conductors and insulators. Here. So there is another important classification is there. Another important classification is not given for you, but it's there, is called semiconductors. What's that? Semiconductors, which are the most important type of conductors. What is semi? Partially, slightly, somewhat thereof. Semiconductor, for example, the substances which allows current partially or slightly, substances which allow the electricity to pass through them slightly. Example, we can find germanium, silicon. These all comes under category. Very important to come across in higher classes. It's called fourth group elements. I don't know whether you know or not, periodic table. In that there is a fourth group. All the elements comes under semiconductors. Which is they are neither completely conductors, they are not insulators. In between the conductors and insulator, there are semiconductors, which are very, very, very important in our day-to-day life. I will tell you how. These semiconductors only study about the electronics. There is a branch called electronics in physics. It's the most important branch, like our TVs, computers, all these made up of this only. So that electronics studies comes under only study of the semiconductors, because there are some special properties are there for the semiconductors which are not there for either conductors or insulators. So conductors are the materials which allow the current to pass through them completely. Insulators are some materials which does not allow the current to pass through them. Whereas third category is semiconductors, which allows the current to pass through them partially. Examples are silicon, germanium, all the fourth group elements in periodic table. And this study about the semiconductors is called very big branch of physics called electronics, where we can see transmission of TV, broadcasting of television, and so many electronic devices, transformer, transistors, all designed with the help of the semiconductors because of their unique property. That we'll discuss later, right? In higher classes. But these are the main the classification of the electrical components. Right? Now, another important point. Right? Earthing. You all know earthing is very important for a particular domestic or commercial. Generally, what they will do is, in most of the houses or industries, while they started constructing the building itself, they'll go for the earthing. Earthing means connecting our main power source to earth. Why? Because I told earth is a good conductor of electricity. Whenever excess of current comes, it is received by the earth. If earthing is not there, we'll get shock. Suppose rainy season. Sometimes happens with your house when you touch a refrigerator, when you touch any switch, will get shock. That is because there is no earthing. As there is no earthing, current enters to the human bodies. So earthing is mandatory for everywhere. What is earthing? What they'll do? A simple process. A metal wire is taken from the main meter, and it is digged hole in front of the house or before construction, where they use coal and salt. Coal and salt are filled in that, powdered and filled, and that is closed. So what happens when excess current comes through that wire? It goes to the earth. So we are safe. If earthing is not there, definitely we face the damage. Whenever suppose earthing is not there, excess current comes, all the electric appliances may damage. Short circuit happens. Earthing is very, very, very important for domestic or commercial purpose, right? The property of materials tell you why nylon plastic comb gets electrified on combing dry hair or on rubbing. But a metal articles like spoon does not. The charges on metal leak through our body to the ground as both conductors of electricity. When we bring charged body in contact with the earth, all the excess charges on the body disappears by causing a momentary current to pass through the ground through the connecting conductor. This process of sharing, this process of sharing of charges with earth is called grounding or earthing. All these things is also called grounding or earthing. Earthing provides safety measures for electrical circuits and appliances. Appliances mean electrical consumers, fridge, bulb, TV, computers. If that earthing is not there, whenever excess current comes, where it go? It makes the appliances to damage or it breaks the circuit. Means fuse will fall down or fuse will burn. Right? So earthing is very important process where the excess of current passing through the conductor can be received by the earth. Avoid the damage. Clear? Very, very important. So we learned starting about what is electric cell, which is the source of electricity, electric bulb, consumer of electricity, conductors, insulators, semiconductors, and earthing. Now come to the next part of the chapter. That is, after knowing about electricity, now you should come to electric circuit. Circuit means, see, observe. In olden days, there are no much fuses. Only one fuse, bigger one, which is connected to all the appliances in the home. Suppose you have 3 bedrooms and hall is there, kitchen is there. All these are connected to only one fuse. One fuse. Like, fuse. You might have heard about the word fuse. Fuse also a safety electrical device which controls electricity. Right? All connected. When once current goes or fuse burns, all rooms are switched off. As all the cables, because all the cables they connected. For example, any circuit must contain one is source, that is battery. Second one is key, and third one is consumer, that is our bulb. Minimum 3 requirements are there. When these 3 are connected through a cable or wire, this is called circuit, that's all. That is called simple circuit. A source, consumer, and key connected through the wire. Such an arrangement is called simple electric circuit. It is not meant one bulb only there. It may have so many consumers. It may have so many sources. It may have number of switches. But must be there. Neither no consumer, no use, no source, no use, no switch, no use. Minimum these 3 are required. In our all houses, all the electrical appliances are connected through cable only, which we cannot see the cable. Cable is inside the walls nowadays. Olden days we used to see outside. But nowadays what they are doing? They are concealing while constructing the house only inside. Inside they insert the pipes and through the pipes wire will come. Right? We cannot see the wires. But every switch connected through fan or fridge, AC, computers, all are having wire only. So whenever you are switch on, electrons flows from the wire and makes the fan to rotate, or makes the bulb to blow, or makes the geyser to make the hot water. Such an arrangement is called simple electric circuit. Every house, nowadays what happens, they are using so many switches. If you see at home, when you open the fuse box, maybe around 5, 6 or 10 fuses are there. What we are doing nowadays smartly, every room is connected to one fuse. Every room, kitchen is one fuse, bedroom one fuse, second bedroom other fuse, hall one fuse. What is advantage means whenever one fuse is burned, remaining switches will be continue to blow or remaining fan will move. Olden days only one fuse used to be there. Whenever the fuse burns, entire house become dark. But nowadays, the latest technology, we can have each room connected to one fuse. Even though that fuse is burned or damaged by high voltage, we can enjoy the current in the other rooms. Such that way we are connecting all the electrical appliances, all the switches, all the sources like meter, power comes from our transformer. There is a main source for us. They are connected, and such an arrangement of connecting sources of current, consumers of current, and switch through a cable is called electric circuit. Suppose in your house, you are constructing new house, right? Big house, apartment you are constructing. So you arrange every flat, you arrange the wonderful tube lights, and you fix the ACs, fans, everything is fixed. And you brought the switches from Europe country, the famous switches. You arrange the switches also every room. Everything is finely arranged. You started the Guru Pravesham, you have done the house warming ceremony. But there is no source of current. You are not current, you have not taken the source. Is there any use of these all electrical appliances and switches? To switch on also, nothing will happen because there is no source. So what is source? We have to take from the outside. It may be either transformer or generator or solar panel also on source only. Anything we have to take source. Without source, there is no use of electric consumers and switches. Correct? Okay. You have taken the source. You have connected your house to some electricity department main. They arrange the fuel main for you and meter, they're connected. But there is no consumers in your house. All the switches you kept every room, everything is there, but no consumer. No bulb, no tube light, no fans, no AC. What is the use of current? Because there is no consumer to utilize the current. Third case, we have power source is there. So many consumers are there, but no switches. What happens when switch is not there? You cannot off it. What you will get? By end of the month, you get one bill. Electric bill as 1 crore. Because they are continuously glowing, continuously moving, continuously running. Because there is no control. We cannot neither break the circuit nor make the circuit. Means on off not there. When on off not there, what happens? Continuously glow. We will get the right. Such a wonderful, simple connection of source, consumer, and key or switch. Key also called as switch is called as simple electric circuit. So this is the source. If 1 plus and minus is there, cell. Second one is connected, it is called battery, more than 2, anything. So this is a symbol for battery. If 1 is there, cell, 2 or more are there, battery. So this is the bulb symbol. So this is a symbol for the key or switch. Even switch can also be shown like this also. Like this also. Whenever this is closed, current passes. Whenever this is opened, current switch off. Such a wonderful arrangement of source, consumer, and key is called as electric circuit. Right? See here. So electricity, what they are experiencing. Electricity needs a path to pass from the position to terminal to the negative terminal of an electric circuit. A connection that provides a path, consider an electric cell. Cell is a source. For the electricity to pass from positive terminal to the negative terminal of the cell is called electric circuit. So we are passing from here to here. It's coming like this. Now going like this and making the bulb to glow. See here, this is joined. Joined means current passes. It is open means current does not pass. Closed circuit means current is stopped. Open circuit means current is on. For example, a bulb glow only when the positive terminal and the negative terminal of electric cell are connected to the two terminals of the bulb. Two wires will take and will connect the cell and bulb. Bulb will glow. If the wires from the bulb are connected to the same terminals, that is either positive or negative, then the bulb does not glow. You have to perfectly go negative to positive, positive to negative only. Otherwise, bulb won't glow. Right? Sometimes the bulb may not give even through the connection of properly made. When cell is connected to a device, the strength of chemical decreases. Finally, when entire energy of chemical is spent, the device connected to the cell stops functioning. Means when you keep on using the battery or cell for more days, the chemicals present in that exhausted. So bulb, what you have to do? You have to replace the bulb. Sorry, battery. Or you can take rechargeable batteries. We can recharge them. So a rechargeable batteries can be charged. Very important. See, there are rechargeable batteries also available. Maybe it will cost, but we can use them again and again by recharging, which is not possible with the ordinary cells or bulb batteries. Right? So they are the source, but they are not renewable sources. Ordinary cells or batteries, but rechargeable batteries can be renewed. So this is a source. Okay. So the bulb made up of torch. The bulb inside the torch has a filament. Generally, filament is made up of tungsten, which is a good conductor of heat. Whenever current passes, because of good conductivity, produces heat and light. The filament is supposed to be two thick wires at its ends. When the positive and negative terminals of the bulb, electricity passes through filament, it starts glowing. The terminals of bulbs are fixed to such a way that they do not touch each other. This is because flow of electricity is incomplete as filament in the bulb broken. So sometimes bulb will gone means what is the meaning? Filament will be broken. A broken filament is said to be fused. Bulb is fused means it is damaged. You have to throw it out. We cannot stick that filament. A device that is used to stop the flow of electricity by breaking the circuit is called switch. Right? Switch has wide range of applications. Right? Either you want to start the circuit or you want to stop the circuit. You want to make the circuit or you want to break the circuit. Switch is very important. Without switch, neither you can on the light which is off, or we cannot off which is on also. Neither you can make or now you can break. Such applications are there for the switches in domestically or commercially also. So very important part of the electric circuit is one is source, second is consumer, third one is switch. Of course, fourth one is wire, cable or wire, through which all these three are connected. Clear? Okay. Before going for the next part, some important definitions, because simple chapter this is, which we are going to complete by next class. We'll go for some, I'll show you some videos on the important terminology of electricity.
Hello friends, what do we need to run our television set, refrigerator, DVD players, video games, computer and fax machines? Yes, it is electricity. Electricity has always been around because it naturally exists. Lightning, for instance, is simply a flow of electrons between the ground and the clouds. Objectives. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to define electricity, establish the relation between electric current and charges, identify the two types of electricity, define conductors and insulators. How do you study in the late evening? Of course, you light up your room using an electric bulb. Have you ever wondered what causes the bulb or the tube to light up? They need electricity to light up. Electricity passes through the wires and reaches the filament of the bulb, heating it up to glow. When we comb our hair with a plastic comb and take it near the small pieces of paper, the paper pieces are attracted toward the comb. We then say that the comb is charged with electricity. This was first noticed by a Greek man named Thales over 2,500 years ago. Thales found that amber attracted tiny feathers after it was rubbed with silk cloth. This was due to static electricity. The origin of the word electricity comes from the term electron. Let us perform an activity to understand positive and negative charges. Take an ebonite rod and rub it with a piece of woolen cloth. Now suspend the rod by tying a thread through its middle. Now charge another ebonite rod in the same way and bring it close to the suspended rod.
Basic introduction we done, na?
What do you notice? The suspended rod moves away from the second one. Now take a glass rod and rub it with a silk cloth. Bring this glass rod close to the charged suspended ebonite rod. What do you observe now? The suspended ebonite rod comes closer to the glass rod. The charges produced in the ebonite and the glass is different in nature. These two kinds of charges are called positive and negative charges. The positive charge is shown by the plus sign and the negative by the minus sign. Merely as a convention, charge on a glass rod rubbed with silk is taken as positive and that of ebonite rod rubbed with woolen cloth is taken as negative. From the earlier activity we can conclude that like charges repel each other and unlike charges attract each other. Fill in the blanks. We have just studied about electric charges and the forces they exert on one another. We have learnt there are two types of charges, positive and negative. When charges transfer from one body to the other, the bodies are said to be charged. The moving or flowing charges produce an electric current. An electric current consists of a movement of negative charges, that is, electrons. The flow of electrons gives us electricity. Electric current is measured by ammeter. Dry cell battery used in a torch or transistor radio is a source of electric current.
Videos is there.
Every battery has two.
And some more also there about remaining part of the some common types are we can see. Some common types of components used in the electric circuit. So we'll discuss a very good today, good things about electricity, all the basics including the electric circuit, earthing, insulators, conductors, semiconductors and all, bulb and cell. So next class we'll discuss many more about the electricity. Maybe the 1 or 2 classes are required for completion of this chapter, followed by the last chapter, right? So electricity is a very important in our regular day-to-day life because we cannot imagine our life without light, right? So huge number of applications are there about this electricity in our day-to-day life. So morning to evening or morning to throughout the day, we'll keep using the electricity for some or other purpose, right? So that's all for today. Thank you, students. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.